Our fourth speaker is Fred Stevenson. He lives in Cornwall. The title of his speech is Cameras.
Which camera is best for you? Firstly, we have our small compact cameras. They're very easy to use, so they do the job for you. We then have our 1DX Mark II, which will be released very, very soon, and our Nikon D4, which has already been released. Both of these cameras have a very wide range menu layout, so it'll be very hard to know what to do. But they do overpower the compact cameras because they can take multiple pictures in seconds. Right, so let's compare them. So firstly, the menu layout. They both have pros and cons. Like, that's how cameras work. You can't have a camera that be perfect in life. But first, with the menu layouts, you can work your way around it very easily. So taking pictures for memory, that's basically what they're meant for. With bigger cameras, on the other hand, they are very confusing because they're good because they are the pros. They don't have this automatic mode. So each button is a shortcut, like a Windows desktop, if you like. So it's like a shortcut. So they are more expensive in that way. So let's look deeper. The megapixel range is from 16 to 24. The cost is absolutely horrendous, from £300 to £6,000. The lenses is even more money, from £200 to £10,000. And there's a good reason for this. With the bigger lenses, they have like 30 different glasses in there, and they have stabilization, color correction, and things like that. But looking over the past couple of months, testing out the DSLRs, which means detachable single lens reflector, I've noticed something. Each camera does something different. Now what do I mean by this? One camera has Wi-Fi, the next one has a screen that can come out, so that would be for the amateur cameras. The next one has an NFC, which means you can connect your phone to the camera without any remote control. That basically means you can sending pictures across to your phone. And after that, different button layout. Each camera also has a different button layout. So on the top screen, there'll be 4 different buttons. One will be for temperature control, ISO control, shutter speed, and f-stop control. Okay. But are they the best in the world? The answer is no, they're not. They were in the past, but now, as you can see on the screen, Sony has actually come back with a huge product from the A7 models. Each camera has its own speciality. I hope you can't read that, but here we go. So the A7, which is right on the left, that is a full frame. That is a full frame camera, which means it's not cropped like an APS-C sensor, which means it's cropped to uncompromising resolution, which is 45.2 megapixels. That is amazing. Secondly, we have electronic viewfinder, zebra, dynamic range, and focus peaking. Zebra, what is this? When you're taking a picture, you'll see zebra lines pop up. This means it is overexposed. You can easily expose for this because the button menu layout has been designed very easily, so anybody can use this camera, which is right here. Wi-Fi. So if Josh would like to come up and demonstrate this. So with the camera, it has a built-in hotspot, which means I can simply control it with Wi-Fi. So let's give it a go. It'll take a couple of seconds to connect this. Right, so here we go. Now with the remote control, I can change absolutely everything: temperature control, ISO control, shutter speed, and f-stop control. Canon, Nikon, why don't you put this in your products? You charge £6,000 for body only, and you don't put Wi-Fi in your cameras. That doesn't make any sense to me. So there's no point buying it. So, tapping the screen to focus, and then you'll listen carefully for this. Isn't that amazing? Do it again. And it will send straight to Apple as well, straight away. So, thank you very much for that. So, focus peaking. What is this? When you're taking a picture, your object will shine red, which means it's in focus. Something else to that as well. On the ring of your lens, when you twist that, it magnifies ×2, which means you can see exactly which object is in focus. I mean, that's amazing. And secondly, it's also a mirrorless camera, which means there's no mirror inside it, so it's a sensor. In the past, there have been mirrorless cameras which have struggled with this, but now Sony has just come back in the market and they are off the charts incredible with what they've just made. And with dynamic range, what is it? It's where the sensor can now be exposed for the background and for the foreground. And I'll show you that. Oh yeah, so before that, the menu layouts. So this is the system menu layout on the left. On the right, that's the button menu layout. This is the A6000 right here. Okay? And it's very easy to navigate which button does what. So the top wheel here will do your shutter speed. This wheel here will do your f-stop. And for your ISO, you press to the right, you'll see your ISO right there, popping right there. So you can see the picture before you take it. And that's something cameras struggle a lot, because you need a processor that can process all that information to give to you in one go. And secondly, with electronic viewfinder, that is something else cameras have never had before. So, let's look at the dynamic range. Tell me what camera can get that sort of shot. All three pictures have been taken with the Sony, and especially with the A7 range. So the A7R II, which has been taken by this, and the photographer is Jason Lanier. He is, in my eyes, the world's best photographer in dynamic, in lighting, and knowing his cameras really well. He's on YouTube, you can find him very easily. But before I even prepared the speech, I had to look at Sony, and I wanted to know what was good with Sony. So, because beforehand I was thinking, why is Sony good? And so I watched Jason Lanier, and he showed these pictures. I was absolutely mind blown that he can have the foreground and the background at the same time. And you don't really see much of this in this world now, because photographers don't know how to do this. So, thank you for listening, and before I end, please find the mic that works for you. Test out the button range. Is the menu easy to navigate with the camera? Looking at the menu layout, as beforehand, on the left, far left is a Nikon D7200, which is right there. It's a very confusing menu layout because they think the pros they need all this information, but actually there's no difference because that camera still overpowers it. So he's on YouTube, you can find him. To search the title, he made one. Why he switched from a Nikon to Sony, and when I questioned about Sony, I want to know why it was good. He has 10 points, and he answered all my questions within 10 minutes. So thank you very much.